I came home after 6 years to surprise my family for my dad's retirement party. They never invited me, never even looked happy to see me. My uncle snorted. Guess the family failure finally crawled back? My sister scoffed. We didn't miss you. Life's been better without you. My own father glared and said, don't ruin my night with your pitiful presence. Then add, if you want to pretend you're part of this night, then shut up, sit down, and pay the damn bill for everyone. It's the least you can do after 6 years of being a F*** king disappointment. I just smiled and said, it's fine. This is the last time you'll ever see me, and left. 7 days later, I made a move that left them speechless. Last night I got a message. Where are you? They're losing it. Please call. BK if this is even worth posting, but whatever. I can't get it out of my head and I already know someone's gonna be like, just move on, bro. But I can't. Not after this. So yeah, this is kinda long, but I'll try to keep it real, not looking for sympathy, just want to say it somewhere. So anyway, backstory? I hadn't been home in 6 years. Not like across the country or anything, but a good drive. And I never came back for birthdays or holidays after everything blew up. My family's always been complicated, I guess is the word. Oldest son, but not the favorite, if that makes sense. Long story short, they wanted me to follow in my dad's footsteps, like everyone just expected it. And when I said, nah, not gonna do that, it turned into this huge thing. My dad acted like I'd basically spit in his face. My sister, Nicole, lost it because she'd have to do more. My uncle, Rocco, always had something to say about how I was throwing away everything. So yeah, I dipped. Not dramatic, just blocked them all on everything. Moved out, started my own thing, never asked them for a dime, never even talked to most of them again. So that's the background. Fast forward to last month, I'm scrolling through Instagram stories. Yeah, I still stalk them sometimes, whatever. And I see Nicole posting about this big night for dad coming up, finally. And it just hits me that his retirement party's happening. No invite, no DM, nothing. Nigel? I kinda laughed. Like, of course. But then it just bugged me. IDKY. Maybe because I'm older now, maybe because I wanted to see if anything had actually changed. So I decided to show up. Didn't even tell anybody. Just picked a day. Booked a room at this cheap hotel near downtown, and went. Worst case, I get to see their faces and leave. Best case, free food, and maybe some drama to laugh about later. So the party's at this local banquet place, not fancy, but big enough for like 30 people. I walk in, and the first weird thing is nobody even looks up. Like, not even a head turn. Nicole's on her phone, my uncle's talking to some random old guy, my dad's at the far table with his friends. There's this weird fake cheer going on, like everyone's trying really hard to look like they're having fun. I stand there in the doorway, holding this dumb gift bag with some whiskey I bought at the gas station. Nobody greets me. I catch my dad's eye and he just stares, then looks away. Not even a nod. I find a seat at the edge of the room. Kinda awkward. Try not to look like a total idiot. Nicole finally comes over, looks me up and down, and says something about how she didn't expect the prodigal loser to show up. She's wearing this dress that looks expensive, like she's trying to make a point. I ask her if dad even knows I'm here and she just shrugs, says he's over it, and don't make a scene. Whatever. So I just sit there, scrolling on my phone, literally counting down the minutes until I can leave. After like 20 minutes, Rocco walks by and stops. He does this fake laugh, calls out across the table about how the family failure finally crawled back from his little hole. And I can see a couple of my cousins snickering. I just ignore him. It's not even creative, just the same stuff he's always done. He's always hated me. Not even for any good reason. Just because he's the kind of guy who needs someone to hate. The food comes out, people start eating, and I swear it's like they all just collectively decide I don't exist. Nobody passes me anything. Nobody asks if I want a drink. Nothing. My aunt does this thing where she leans over and says, loud enough for everyone to hear, that it's so peaceful now, isn't it? And Nicole just smirks. At this point, I'm just texting my friend Marley under the table like, bro, you won't believe this. And he's sending back laughing emojis and telling me to just bounce. Then they start the speeches. Nicole's first. She does this whole thing about taking on more than she ever imagined and stepping up when others wouldn't. She never looks at me, but I know it's about me. My dad stands up, does his thing where he acts like he's the big victim. Thanks everyone for being family, always supporting him. He finally looks at me, and instead of any kind of welcome, just says, don't ruin my night with your pitiful presence. Everyone just goes silent. I don't even react, I just sit there. He keeps going, says something about, if you want to pretend you're part of this night, then shut up, sit down, and pay the damn bill for everyone. It's the least you can do after 6 years of being a F*** king disappointment. Not exaggerating. People just look away. Like it's nothing. Nicole makes this face like she's finally won. My uncle actually snorts. Says he knew I'd only show up when there's a tab to cover. I stand up. I don't even care about the food or the gift. I just look at my dad and say, "It's fine. This is the last time you'll ever see me." And I walk out. Nicole tries to block my way, says something about how I always run when things get hard. I push past her, she slaps my arm, I just keep walking. My uncle says I'm proving the point. I slam the door behind me, and I don't look back. Outside, I just stand there for a minute. I can still hear them inside, laughing. And it's like I never existed. I get in my car, sit for a second, and message Marley. Just done. He calls me, asks if I'm good, and I just tell him I'm over it. He's the only one who ever actually got why I left in the first place, TBH. NGL, I was shaking. Not even mad, just, I don't even know. Just done. Like I spent years thinking maybe it was me. Maybe I was the problem. But nah. Anyway, I left the gift in the parking lot. Not my problem. I know someone's gonna say, just move on, or family's family. But FR, if you ever wonder if you should go back after people treat you like trash, just don't. And yeah, I'm not done. I know exactly what I'm gonna do next, and I guarantee they won't see it coming. Update soon. Update 1. So yeah, here's part 2. Since some of you actually wanted to hear what happened next, LOL. And TBH, I need to get this out anyway. IDK if it sounds insane, but after that party I just kept replaying everything in my head. Like why the hell did I even bother? I mean 6 years of nothing, then I walk in and get treated like a stray dog at their table. Whatever. I let them have their big night, but I knew I couldn't just let it go. Not this time. The first weird thing was how quiet my phone stayed the next day. Not a single text, not even from my aunt. She's usually the one trying to play peacekeeper. Like, they were all just pretending I never showed up. Fine, that's their game. But I started thinking, if they want to erase me, why should I make it easy for them? So here's the thing, and I guess this is where it gets a bit messy. Yeah, I haven't been around, but I did a lot for them before I left, stuff they never really gave me credit for. Like when they needed help getting set up with anything tech or finance, or when dad needed things done for the house, I did it, fixed it, handled it, all that. I'm not saying I'm some genius, but most of the stuff they use every day, Wi-Fi, payment stuff, that old group chat for family updates, even the way they run their home expenses, was because I set it up. They never changed anything, just kept running with it, like it would always work. I guess it made them feel like they were still in control, like they didn't need me. But they were using my work the whole time. Not gonna lie, after all the crap at the party, I started thinking about how much they just expect things to keep working with zero effort, like I owe it to them. So I went through my notes. Yeah, I keep notes, I'm that guy, and made a list. Everything I'd set up, everything I had admin access to, everything that still had my name on it. Turns out, a lot. I didn't just unplug stuff or change passwords like some petty revenge, but I made sure the things that actually matter would need me if they wanted to keep running. Stuff like their shared expense tracker, their online grocery, some little scripts I wrote so they could split bills without fighting. All built by me, all still under my old accounts, because nobody else ever bothered to learn how any of it worked. First move. I sent a group message to my dad, Nicole, and Rocco. Just a simple thing. Hey, since we're all moving on, I'm taking my name off everything I set up, and you'll need to update your info if you want to keep using it. Not a threat, just a heads up. No response for a full day, then Nicole hits me back with this long paragraph about how I'm so selfish. How dare I sabotage the family? As if I'm the one causing drama. She adds something about how I should just give them all my login info and be done with it. Like it's my job to hand everything over just because they say so. I replied, said I'd be happy to transfer ownership if they actually paid me for all the time I spent on it. Fair's fair, right? Not even a big sum. Just what's owed for years of free labor. She left me on read. Couple days later, I get a call from my dad. He doesn't say hi, just jumps straight to it. Says I'm being petty, says I'm hurting the family reputation, says nobody's ever cared about what I do anyway, so why am I making a big deal now? I tell him straight up, you made it clear I'm not part of the family, so stop expecting me to act like it. He tells me to get over myself and hangs up. 10 minutes later, Rocco calls, tries to act like we're bros. Says he'll take care of it if I just send over the passwords. I tell him it doesn't work like that. He starts yelling. I hang up. So then things start getting a little chaotic on their end. Nicole texts me again, this time with screenshots. Her online orders aren't going through, the shared bills app is locked, even the group chat is glitching. She says I'm ruining everything and threatens to call her lawyer. I tell her to go ahead, and if she wants to talk about compensation for all the years I did their work for free, I'm open to it. She doesn't reply. Next thing I know, I'm getting DMs from random cousins, asking what's going on and if I can just fix it so everyone stops fighting. I tell them to ask Nicole. My dad eventually tries to go through Marley, my friend. Some of you asked last time. Thinking maybe I'd listen to. Marley just laughs, tells him I'm not his tech support anymore and he should talk to me directly. Dad gets mad, says I'm being disrespectful, says he'll sort it out himself. I hear from Marley later that he called him at like 2 a.m., rambling about how he can't believe Garrett would turn on his own blood. Like, after everything? Wild. Meanwhile, I start noticing little things. Nicole posts a vague rant on Instagram about people who stab you in the back, and my aunt starts calling family members to complain about how ungrateful. Rocco tries to add me back to the family group chat. I decline the invite. He sends a wall of text about how I'm destroying Dad's legacy, and nobody will ever forgive me for this. I honestly just mute him. I guess the thing that really made it real was when I saw them all try to set up a new thing without me, and it just fell apart. Nicole tried to take charge, but she couldn't even get the new app work. My dad called Marley again, asking if he could, at least, get the bills sorted for this month. Marley said no. By now, even my aunt is texting, saying she knows I'm angry, but I'm taking it too far. I tell her, I'm not angry, I'm just done being treated like a doormat. Oh, and Nicole actually came to my apartment. Not kidding. Just showed up, buzzing my bell nonstop. I let her up because I figured she'd just keep coming back if I ignored. She stormed in, waving her phone, yelling about how I ruined everything and calling me an asshole. I told her to leave. She got in my face, tried to grab my phone, I pushed her hand away. She slapped my arm, called me a coward, then stormed out, slamming the door hard enough that my neighbor poked his head out. Not my best moment, not hers either. So yeah, now the family chat is dead. The bills are a mess, and nobody's talking to each other except to blame me. I'm not gonna lie, it feels kinda good. Like, for once, I'm not just letting them walk all over me, but also there's this weird sense that this is just the start, not the finish. They're more pissed than before, and I know my dad's not gonna just let it go. But FR, they wanted to act like I was invisible, so I made sure they'd actually feel what it's like without me. If anyone's wondering, no, I'm not worried about legal trouble. I didn't break anything, didn't steal anything, just stopped doing free labor. If they want to drag it out, I'll make sure everyone sees exactly who did what. Not sure how this ends, but NGL, I'm not backing down. More soon. Update 2. So picking up from my last post, it's actually wild how fast people can go from acting like you don't exist to suddenly needing you for literally everything. For real, if anyone's on the fence about drawing a boundary with crappy family, let me just say, they notice real quick when you stop cleaning up their messes, and they do not handle it well. It was almost funny at first, like, the day after Nicole stormed out of my apartment, I didn't hear anything except a few random texts from cousins. Just stuff like, hey man, can you check what's up with the group chat? Or my dad's card isn't working on the grocery app. Is this you? Nothing direct from Nicole or my dad. I just left them on read. Not my circus anymore. What really caught my attention though was this weird behavior from my uncle, Rocco. He started following me on every app he could find, which he never did before. He hates social media, always brags about not needing it. Suddenly, I'm getting follow requests on everything, even stuff I haven't touched in years. I don't accept, obviously, but it's clear he's trying to keep tabs or maybe hoping I'll slip up and post something about what I'm doing. It's so obvious it's sad. I thought that would be it for the week, but then Marley, my friend, for anyone just reading now, hits me up saying Rocco actually tried to message him on Facebook. Like, just straight up sent him a friend request and then started asking if I'm okay, if I'm thinking of coming home. And all this passive-aggressive stuff about family being all we have. Marley just screenshotted it and sent it to me with a bunch of laughing emojis. I didn't even bother responding to Rocco. He's never once asked if I was okay before, so why start now unless they're desperate? Meanwhile, I guess they tried to fix all the stuff I locked them out of by themselves. Nicole tried to set up a new expense tracker, and I know this because one of my cousins accidentally sent me the invite link. LOL. Apparently, she couldn't get it syncing with their bank stuff, so she started blaming everyone else in the chat, then left the group. Later, my dad tried to get Marley to help, but Marley told him straight up that he doesn't do family drama. Honestly, respect. So a couple days go by and I'm actually starting to relax. I spent the night playing COD and ignoring my phone. Then, Nicole calls again, around 11 at night. This time she's not screaming, just weirdly polite, says something like maybe we could talk about a solution and they'd be willing to offer something for my time. I tell her to text me what she wants. She sends a long wall of text about how everyone's stressed out and Dad's health is suffering and how I should do the right thing. I just reply with my terms. You want me to fix it. You pay for every hour, and I want it in writing. And I'm not meeting you at the house or anywhere else. We do it over email. She says I'm being extreme. I say, not my problem. Next day, my dad tries to call. I let it go to voicemail. He leaves one of those long, ranty messages about how I've always been selfish and the family never really needed me anyway. Then, not even 5 minutes later, he sends a text. Fine, what are your terms? I reply with an invoice, literally just a list of everything I've ever done for them. Setup, troubleshooting, the works. with hours. I add a note at the bottom. Payment up front or nothing changes. Not a joke, I'm done being their unpaid fixer. For the first time, they actually take me seriously. Nicole starts asking questions about what exactly I'll be fixing. Dad wants to know if I'll waive the fee if things get better between us. I say nope. Then, the real escalation starts. My dad posts some passive-aggressive thing on his Facebook about betrayal and family values. Rocco calls me, leaves a voicemail threatening to take this further if I don't cooperate. I text him back, go ahead, do whatever you want. I'm not scared of you. He doesn't reply, but later Marley tells me Rocco was calling around to other family members, trying to get them to boycott me. Joke's on him. I haven't talked to most of them in years. The weirdest part is how quickly they turned on each other. Nicole texts me at like 2 in the morning, ranting about how dad is blaming her for everything, how Rocco is useless, how nobody listens to her. I just reply, not my problem. You said life was better without me, remember? She leaves me on read. Oh, and now my aunt is involved. She calls, tries to guilt trip me, says things like, I know you feel hurt, but family is forever. I tell her, family is a two-way street and I'm not the one who started this. She huffs, says I'm being cold, then hangs up. I hear from my cousin Marley, different Marley, yeah, my family is weird with names, that there's been screaming matches at the house over the bills and the tech stuff and who's supposed to fix it all. Nicole actually pushed Rocco during one of these fights and he almost fell into a chair. My aunt slammed the door on her way out. It's chaos. I guess I always thought they'd just brush me off like before, but this time they're finally seeing what it's like without me. An ongle. It's satisfying. Not because I want them to suffer, but because they never even tried to understand how much I did until it was gone. Now they're all just blaming each other, scrambling to fix stuff they never bothered to learn. I know some people are going to say I'm being harsh, but after that party and everything they said, I really don't care. They wanted me out? Fine. But they don't get the benefits anymore. Funny how fast things change when the family failure suddenly holds all the cards. I'm not done yet either. There's one more move I'm making, and I guarantee they won't see it coming. More soon. Final update. So this is it. The last update, unless something totally wild happens, but honestly, I think this is as real as it gets. If you read my other posts, you know how much this whole mess spiraled. If not, quick recap, my family iced me out for years. I crash my dad's retirement party, get told to pay for everyone, get called a failure to my face. Then I walk out and finally decide to show them what it's like when I actually disappear. And they did not like it. The weirdest part is how normal the first few days after all that were. Like I'd wake up, get coffee, check my phone, and just nothing. No angry texts, no calls, just silence. Felt off, NGL. I even started wondering if they were actually going to just let it go. But then I remembered, my family never lets anything go. They just wait for someone else to fix it. So I spent the week putting together everything they never paid me for. Every time I bailed them out, all the little things they thought just worked by magic. I wrote it all down like an itemized list, hours and all. No random numbers, just real time spent over the years. I wasn't even mad while doing it, honestly. It was more like IDK, practical. Like if they want me out, fine. But they're gonna see exactly what it costs to treat me like garbage. Here's where it got kinda awkward, but also pretty funny. I emailed the invoice to my dad, CC'd Nicole and Rocco, and attached a letter basically saying, I will not provide another minute of support for any of your stuff until you pay up in full. Not just for the tech and financial stuff, but the family bills, the monthly group orders, the home repairs. I even included the times I drove out to fix things when nobody else could be bothered. I put a payment deadline on it, made it clear this wasn't just a threat, this was a bill. And at the bottom, I wrote, if you ignore this, I'll be filing a small claims case. Your choice. No response for 2 days, not a word. Nicole posted some choose kindness meme on her story. My dad posted a pic of his dinner with a bunch of hashtags about family and loyalty. Classic. Rocco tried to call Marley again, but Marley just sent me a screenshot and didn't respond to him either. Then, out of nowhere, Nicole calls me. I let it ring out. She texts, says dad is furious and, this is over the line. I reply, pay what you owe and I'll leave you alone forever. She sends a string of angry texts, a few voice notes, but I don't even listen. I just send her the invoice again. Next morning, I get an email from my dad. He's straight up raging. Says I'll regret this. Says I'm destroying the family. Says he'll never pay. I reply, cool. I'll see you in court. Not a bluff. At this point, word spreads. My aunt calls, asks if I'm really going to sue your own father. I tell her, I'm not suing anyone if they pay what they owe. If not, that's on them. She hangs up. Nicole shows up at my apartment again. I don't even open the door. She bangs on it for a good 5 minutes before leaving. My neighbor texts me, asks if everything's okay. I just say family stuff and leave it at that. It's not just about money at this point, but you know what? It's also about money. I'm not their tech guy, their bill splitter, their errand boy, their emotional punching bag. I'm not going to just move on and let them keep taking advantage of me. If they want the benefits, they can pay for it, just like they pay anyone else. By day 6, I guess it finally hit them that I wasn't bluffing. Nicole sends a long email, says they're talking about ways to resolve this, and can I just be reasonable? I reply, my terms are clear. I'm done talking. Marley tells me Rocco called a family meeting and it turned into a screaming match. Aunt slammed the door. Nicole pushed Rocco. My dad smashed a plate. Totally normal family stuff, right? Then last night, I get this message from Marley. Where are you? They're losing it. Please call. I don't call. I don't text. I just sit there, look at my phone, and honestly, for the first time in a long while, I actually feel good. Not because they're suffering, but because I finally stood up and didn't back down. I pressured them where it actually hurts for once, financially and emotionally. They thought I'd just cave or come crawling back, but nah. So yeah, that's where I'm at. There's still no need ending. I haven't gotten paid yet, but I'm not expecting miracles. If they pay, cool. If not, I'll take them to court and I've got every receipt and screenshot ready. Either way, I'm not going back. I'm not forgiving. I'm not reconnecting. I'm just done. Ninkle, I don't regret it. Sometimes you gotta burn the bridge to light your own way out. If you're reading this and you're where I was, let them feel your absence. Sometimes it's the only way they learn.